Hey guys, welcome back to the Oilers Fanatic. Today we're back with another edition of Twitter Quick Hits for July 6th, 2021. Jason Greger of TSN 1260 and Oilers Nation has this update on the Duncan Keith situation. Chicago has now granted the Oilers and other teams interested the opportunity to speak with Keith and his agent Jerry Johansson. Chicago did this in the hopes they can get more in return for Keith and get a true sense of how Keith views their team. Edmonton is interested, but the cost will be the deciding factor if a deal will be made. They have spoken with Keith's camp. That doesn't mean a trade is imminent, just that they have spoken. You should check out the full article. I've linked to it in the description below. Jason gives a fantastic breakdown on the whole situation. Greger also provides some updates on Adam Larsson, Oscar Klefbom, Jujhar Khaira, and a look at a potential target in Jamie Oleksiak. Here are the key points he made. On Adam Larsson, Larsson is taking his time to ensure he makes the best decision. The talks have been positive, and the team and the player are in the same ballpark for term and AAV. Both sides are exploring possible options. On Oscar Klefbom, Ken Holland will be meeting with Klefbom later this week or early next week. He won't be protected in the expansion draft. A return next season could be possible depending on how things go. Greger thinks there is a 90% chance that he won't play again. On Jujhar Khaira, the Oilers will likely qualify Khaira, but won't sign him to his qualifying offer of $1.3 million. They are looking to get him re-signed for around $1 million per season. On Jamie Oleksiak, if he makes it to the market, he thinks the Oilers should take a long look at him. He shoots left, but can also play on the right side. Greger calls Oleksiak a late developer and thinks he will be a force in the coming years. Jamie Oleksiak is definitely a target the Oilers should consider, even if they do acquire Duncan Keith. If for whatever reason Larsson doesn't return, Oleksiak could come in as Keith's partner on the right side in the second pairing. Elliot Friedman had an update on the Duncan Keith situation via his 31 Thoughts podcast. He thinks the Oilers and Hawks may be reaching a point where they either do the deal or just walk away. The Hawks may be contemplating buying out Keith, but that wouldn't give them the immediate financial freedom they need to pursue Seth Jones or Dougie Hamilton. So it sounds like we may have a conclusion on this one way or the other, fairly soon. Frank Saravelli of the Daily Faceoff lists James Neal as a prime buyout candidate for the Oilers and Mikko Koskinen as a name to keep an eye on. I personally think Mikko Koskinen should be the one bought out. A $1.5 million cap hit for 2 years sounds a lot better to me than having a cap hit for 4 years with a James Neal buyout. He may take more additional assets to move in a trade, though. Tyler Yarmachuk at Oilers Nation brought up this proposal that I thought was interesting in regards to acquiring Darcy Kuemper from Arizona or possibly signing Ben Bishop following a buyout in Dallas. One other name that Frank listed that really caught my attention was Ben Bishop. The 34-year-old goaltender has battled some injuries for the past year, but when he's been healthy, he's been very good. He had a save percentage of .916 or better in each of his last 3 seasons, while playing a total of 143 regular season games over that span. Now there is risk in acquiring a goalie in his mid-30s who just missed an entire season, but it's an idea worth exploring if he hits the market. While I'm on the topics of goaltending, I would hope that the Oilers are also making a call to the Arizona Coyotes for Darcy Kuemper. The Coyotes are reportedly open to moving him, and he comes with a reasonable cap hit of just $4.5 million. If the Coyotes just want prospects or picks, then Edmonton should be interested. Like Bishop, he has battled injuries recently, but when he's in the net, he's been very good. He also went over and played with Team Canada at the World Hockey Championships this spring, so it appears as though he is 100% healthy. One interesting element to this deal is the fact that while Kemper's cap hit is $4.5 million, his actual salary is $5.5 million. If the Oilers were to send a draft pick or a prospect along with Mikko Koskinen, the Coyotes would actually save $1 million in real money. There could be a fit here. I was just finishing up this video, and Jason Greger came out with a new article that has some information worth mentioning. The full article is available in the description below. In the article, Greger takes a look at some other D-men who could be available via trade. Ryan McDonough in Tampa Bay could be had, but I'm not keen on the $6.7 million he has left on his contract for 5 more years. taking him to age 37. In Carolina, Dougie Hamilton is of course on the block. Brady Skeggy or Jake Bean could also possibly be available depending on who they choose to protect in Carolina. Brent Burns? He has 4 years left at $8 million per season. That sounds too long and too pricey for me, even with some salary retained. Maybe Vince Dunn or Marco Scandella from St. Louis as depth defensemen? We could also look at Minnesota at Matt Dumba or Carson Soucy. Dumba would interest me, and Soucy is on a cheap contract for 2 more seasons. How about Ryan Graves from the Colorado Avalanche? Depending on who the Avs protect, he could also be had. Some interesting options for sure. If Duncan Keith doesn't work out, it's not like the Oilers don't have any other avenues to pursue. Well guys, I think that's all for today. Thanks as always for stopping by. If you're enjoying the videos, please like and subscribe for all the latest Oilers content. You've been listening to The Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.